Good morning, everybody. Got a lovely maths lesson for you today. We're starting a new topic. Although there will be elements of statistics in our lesson today, our new topic this half term is one of my favourites. It is it's shape we're doing. Today we're going to be recognising 2D and 3D shapes, but our topic as a whole is shape topic from beginning. There we go. Now, I'm sure lots of you are sat there thinking, well, hang on a minute, I'm pretty good with my shape. And if that is the case, then that's brilliant. Let's recap over what some of these shapes might be. Now, get ready, everybody. Ready for our warm-up question? Switch those brains on. Here we go. Have a think about this one. Which one of these is the odd one out? Can you see there are 4 shapes on the screen in front of us? Pause me for a minute while you decide which one is the odd one out. Off you go. What did you come up with? What did you think? Well, you could say that this one here, the cube, is the odd one out because it has all its faces are exactly the same. It has 6 flat square faces. None of the other shapes do. You could say that this is the odd one out. The square, because it is the only shape with 4 corners and 4 sides. You could say that the cuboid is the odd one out because none of the other shapes have rectangles on it. Or maybe you thought actually the circle is the odd one out. It is the only shape with a curved edge, curved all the way around. All the rest of them have straight sides and edges, don't they? That was a bit of a trick question, but it got our brains working, didn't it? Right, let's learn. Here's Jack. He thinks he can remember all the 2D shapes. He knows that that's a circle. He knows that that's a triangle. Even though it looks a bit upside down, doesn't matter, still a triangle. It's got 3 corners and 3 sides. He knows that that's a square as well, don't you, Jack? It might be a bit tilted. It's still a square. All the lengths of the sides are the same. He definitely remembers that this is a rectangle. Ooh. I think he's a bit stuck on this one. Can you remember, Jack, what this shape is called? Let me find you a clue. Hang on. Ah, this might be a clue that can help you, Jack, work out the name of this shape. It's a pen, isn't it? And we hold the pen with our hands. How many fingers do we have on our hands? 5. That's right. Well done, Jack. It's a pentagon. Can you see it's got 5 sides, 5 corners as well. And when we hold a pen, we've got 5 fingers on our hands. So this could help Jack remember that a pentagon has 5 sides, 5 corners. And we hold our pen with our 5 fingers. Pentagon. That's a good way to remember, isn't it? Oh, what's that, Jack? Both 6 and hexagon have an X in them. You're right, they do. And a hexagon has 6 sides and 6 corners, doesn't it? And 6 has an X in too. That could be a good way to remember that one. Sometimes I make an X with my arms as I say hexagon. We could do that too, couldn't we, children? We could make an X with our arms as we say hexagon. Shall we try it? Hexagon! Brilliant. 6 and hexagon both have X's in. And that's a good way to remember that a hexagon has 6 sides. Okay, here's 2 pictures, children. Which shape is the hexagon then? Pause me for a minute to work it out. How did he get on? Did he work it out? Which is the hexagon? Well, it's not this one, is it? If you count carefully, that one's got 5 sides. That's a pentagon. A pentagon. There we go. That one over there is the hexagon. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. It looks a bit stretched out, doesn't it? But it is still a hexagon. Have a go on your worksheet, children, at question 1. Once you've done question 1, join me again for the next part of the lesson. Welcome back. Here's Eva. Now, Eva says she knows her 3D shapes this time. Eva knows that that's a sphere. Eva knows that that's a cone shape. She remembers that because when she has her ice creams in the summer, you hold your ice cream sometimes in a cone so you can eat the ice cream inside. A cone. Eva knows that this is a cylinder. And a cylinder reminds her of a tin of soup, or a can of baked beans. A cylinder shape. And Eva's seen lots of pictures in books of the pyramids in Egypt, so she's very familiar that this shape here is called a pyramid. And it doesn't matter whether this pyramid looks like this or looks upside down like that, it's still a pyramid, whichever way round the shape is. Now, Eva is a clever lady because she knows that in front of her she has a cube and she has a cuboid. Sometimes she gets confused between the two, but she always chooses to remember that a cube looks like a dice. That's how she remembers it. We have lots of dice in our classroom at school, don't we? And maybe you've got some round. Oh, hang on a minute. Or maybe you've got some round the house at home. So a cube is like a dice. A cuboid is like a stretched cube, isn't it? That's her way of remembering it. Maybe you have your own. Eva does get quite confused with this 3D shape though. She struggles to remember the name of it. However, if you have a look at the shape on the top, that might be able to help her. Can you see? It's got a triangle shape on the top of it. Both this one and this one has. It's called a prism, Eva. This shape is a triangular prism. And even if you cut it in half, it remains a triangular prism. So, which of these shapes are cylinders? Thinking about all the shapes we've just looked through that Eva's told us about, can you work out which of these is a cylinder? Pause me for a minute and have a go, work it out. Right, it's not that one, is it? That's a cone. If we turn that the other way around, we could eat our ice cream from it. Yes, that's right. That one does look like a cylinder. It looks like a rolling pin, that one does, which is a cylinder shape. No, you're right. That's not a cylinder at all, is it? That's a sphere. And finally, well done if you remembered that that is a cylinder too. 2 cylinders out of those pictures. One that looks like a rolling pin and one that looks like a can of beans. Which shapes can you see? So now we've got 6 3D shapes in front of us. I want you to pause me and see if you can name every shape in front of you. Brilliant. Really good try, everybody. Let's see if what you said is the same as what Mr. PowerPoint's saying. We've got a cube. We've got a sphere. We've got a cylinder. And we've got a cone. We've got a pyramid. And finally, we've got that cuboid shape as well. 6 3D shapes there in front of us. Have a look at your worksheet again, and this time have a go at questions 2, 3 and 4 for now. Don't worry about 5 yet. We'll have a go at that when you come back. Just have a go at questions 2, 3 and 4 and I'll see you in a moment. Welcome back, children. Brilliant. Now, this is where we bring in our learning that we did before half term. We're going to make a tally chart using shape. So, looking at the shapes above, we're going to create a table filled with data about what we can see. Now, the shapes down here in this column says we're looking out for triangles, squares, pentagons. Can you remember how many sides a pentagon has? And hexagons. You remember how many sides a hexagon has? Okay, and we're going to make a tally. So let's watch how it works. And you're going to have a go at this, I think, on your worksheet in a moment. Right, we've got one triangle there, can you see? So I'll put a tally in the tally chart and cross the triangle off so I don't accidentally count it twice. I've got another triangle, so another tally goes in and I'll cross that one off. There's another triangle, this is going well. I'll add an extra tally there and then cross it off. There we go, we've got a triangle up there as well. So I'll add the tally. Oh, what was that? That's not a oh, of course, that's not a triangle, is it? That's a pyramid. We're not looking out for pyramids in this one. Let me take away that tally. It's got triangle faces, but the shape name is pyramid, so that doesn't count in our tally. Okay, we've got a square. We've got a pentagon there, a blue pentagon with 5 sides. So I'll put that in my tally. One hexagon. Hang on a minute. Check that a minute. What have I done with that tally? Where did I just go wrong? That's right. I put that tally in my pen. That's not a pentagon, is it, children? It's a hexagon. Let me take off that tally and make sure I put it in the right space. A hexagon has 6 sides, and that shape most certainly does have 6 sides. There we go, that's better. And then we've got another yellow shape up there that's twizzled round. Let's count carefully how many sides that one's got. 6. It's a hexagon. We've added the tally. A green shape. Now that one does look familiar to the one that we've just done. It's a hexagon, isn't it? 3 hexagons. And then finally, that's a 3D shape over there. We're not looking at 3D shapes, so we're not going to tally that one up. And then the totals are there. We have 3 triangles, 1 square, 1 pentagon, and 3 hexagons in the shapes above. Your turn now. Have a go at question 5 on the sheet and see if you can have a go at see if I can get it up for you. Here we go. You're going to have a go at question 5 here, and you've got your own shapes you're going to put into a tally. Can you see? Here are some shapes. Complete the tally chart to show the number of each shape. So cross them out as you go along. Make sure you count the sides carefully. You're looking out for triangles, circles, squares and rectangles. It says below, work with a partner and find shapes around your classroom and complete your own tally chart. Now, most of you aren't in a classroom, but you are at home. You can have a look for shapes around your house and make your own tally chart, looking out for 2D or 3D shapes. It's up to you. It's your tally chart. It can be on 2D or 3D shapes. I hope you've enjoyed recapping over your shapes today. I have. I really enjoyed the shape topic and I'm really excited to teach you more about shape as the week goes on. Well done for working hard today. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, work hard and be good as always.